Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sankara. Jurisprudence class. In this video, a topic was given as social engineering. What is social engineering and how it is helpful to the framing of the law? In law, what is the necessity for social engineering? Basically, you have to know social means societal, means man is living in the society. You have to actually appreciate and you have to abide by the societal principles because man is a social animal. And engineering, please remember, engineering means applied science carried out by the so-called engineers to produce. So this is applied science by the so-called engineers to produce the finished goods. Please remember, finished products basing on experimentation and exercise. So this is the concept of engineering. Right? This is the basis for the social engineering. So to be frank, the society will have different interests and those interests have to be mentioned in the law also. This is the crux of the issue, right? Social engineering is based on the concept that the laws are used as a means to shape the society and regulate the people's behavior. Law will be used in both ways to shape the society as well as to regulate the people's behavior. Right, different interests will be there. So what are the types of interests? If we are living in a society, the society will have private interest or individual interest. Laissez-faire, private interest or laissez. So in laissez-faire theory, you know that there should be minimum interference of the government in the business or economy sector. So this is a private interest. సో సామాన్య మానవుడు ప్రైవేట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్లో ప్రభుత్వానికి ఇంటర్ఫరెన్స్ లేకుండా ఉంటే వాడు ఎక్కడికో బ్రహ్మాండంగా సంపాదించుకుంటారు. కానీ ఆ లైసెన్స్ అని ఈ లైసెన్స్ అని అడ్డు పెడితే చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడతారు. కాబట్టి లా లెసిఫైర్ థియరీ ఈజ్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ ప్రైవేట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆర్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. సెకండ్ ఈజ్ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఆఫ్ విల్. ఎస్, ఫ్రీడమ్ ఆఫ్ విల్ అండ్ కాన్షియన్స్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు యాక్సెప్ట్ ద సేమ్. చాలామంది ప్రీవియస్లీ వీ యూస్ టు control the people by saying the religion, but now freedom of will, freedom of conscience. Yes, they can do and undo things they like. Of course, there is a test of reasonability. Article 19 clause 2 of the Constitution of India, it deals with the so-called test of reasonability. So actually this is social engineering. The concept was developed by the famous jurisprudence Roscoe Pound. So please remember, Roscoe Pound said law is social engineering. That means a balance between the competing interests of the different people. Just like I told, just to give example of individual interest or freedom of will. So to balance between the competing interests in the society in which the applied sciences are used, the engineering methods are used to resolve the individual and social problems. So it is just like engineering. They will balance it. So they will test it, verify it, then experiment it. Ultimately, this point will be considered in the law. Roscoe Pound, please remember, actually this is social engineering. It is based on the theory that laws are created to shape the society and regulate the people's behavior. In the beginning itself, I told the same words to you. So that means it is an attempt to control the human conduct with the help of law. Otherwise, what will happen? Everybody thinks big himself. Since he has got freedom of will there, he will be abusing each and everybody. It's not. So it will regulate by the so-called interest of the society. So please remember. Third one is belief and opinion. So you may be knowing, in the preamble itself, in the preamble of the Constitution, we have clearly told you that they will uphold justice, equity, and good conscience. So right, justice means a political, social and economic justice, then equality, then belief, yes, belief and opinion also. We have to give much strength to the opinion of the common public. Then honor and reputation. Yes, suppose when I am a retired employee, Even though law says that, okay, I have to avoid so and so, but I need some honor and respect as well as the reputation also. Therefore, the Senior Citizen Protection Act has come into existence in 2007. The very purpose of actually considering the age-old people or honor and reputation of the old people, because the old people are not being looked after by the next generation carefully. The reputation is at stake. Then interest of the property. Of course, there is a conflict of opinion in this interest of property, because during the 1970s or so, the government wanted to abolish the so-called lands in the possession of so many jamindars or rajas. They wanted to distribute the same to the ordinary people. Garibi Hatao was the main slogan of the Congress party's claim. So at that time, interest of the so-called property also has to be protected. The best example is Keshwananda Bharati case, Sajjan Singh case, Gorakhnath case, Shankari Prasad case. All these cases, they arose out of the interest of the so-called property. Of course, the amendment was accepted. It's a different thing, right? Succession, yes, succession act. I will have interest. So after my demise, after my death, somebody should take over the property. So unless the succession act is there, unless my will is agreed upon, unless my gift deed is agreed upon, unless my settlement deed is agreed upon, it's difficult. So therefore, the so-called succession also plays a major role in the social engineering. So please remember, consideration of the means by which the laws might secure the interest. Please remember. So laws will secure the so-called interest. So by consideration of the means, what are the means? These are all public interest, other things. So what for? They are there to fulfill the desires of the maximum human beings. So once again, we have gone to the so-called utilitarian theory. Maximum help or maximum to the desires of the human beings. What for? For the welfare of the society. And please remember, the concept of social engineering was propounded by Roscoe Pound. If you write this much, it is sufficient. I have already given in my notes. Please read it and enrich your legal knowledge. With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much.